You are now tuned in to Go Time Dolphins with Charlie Touche and Kadeem Simmons, the Miami Dolphins podcast that's for the fans and by the fans.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Go. Don't waste no time.
So, once again, starting the episode if so. I gave Pastor Troy a try. Listen to that Goldberg song. I'm not a fan at all.
Hold on. How did you find it, first of all?
Spotify. Like it's
What did you type in?
Pastor Troy. And he comes up pretty easily.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. So listen, hold on. 1 second. Got some readjusting to do. Give me 1 second. So look, you say you brought up Goldberg. You brought up Pastor Troy, but what did you search?
So on YouTube I typed in Pastor Troy, and one of the first thing that comes up is Goldberg. So I was like, okay, clearly this is a well-searched term. Played it, and I was just like, I think this is awful. Like, I was not a fan of that song at all.
Yeah.
I didn't even make it through the entire song. I had to turn it off. And then my personal trainer, Devin, like me and him grew up massive wrestling fans. So I played it to him as well. And he was like, oh, it's not Goldberg. I was like, yeah.
Yeah.
And then it started and he was like, nah, this ain't it. And I was like, I know it's not it. Like, we just... So I'll probably go back and listen to a few more tracks and stuff. But when I'm in Miami, if X takes me to the club and I'm playing Pastor Troy, I think I'm just gonna leave. Like,
No. So that's not how this thing worked. Pastor Troy was 23 years ago, bro.
I can tell.
you missed the wave, bro. Like, there's no Pastor Troy right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're good. You're not gonna run into no Pastor Troy in the club.
I don't think I missed the wave. Like, no. No,
that's fair. That's fair. It's an acquired taste. Like, it's not for everybody, but I'm just saying you're not running into Pastor Troy in the club. And I think it's unfair because it's almost like listening to if you listen to somebody from like Dr. Dre's camp in early 90s now, it's not the music of right now. You know what I'm saying? It's the whole time is different. So yeah, man. And Pastor Troy was the first person to do what he does in his music. So it was like, not only was it a different time, he was actually the first one to ever do it. So he gets credit for like paving the way of a certain type of music. But you got me up here defending him like I'm the defender of all things Pastor Troy, when like I'm not even on that no more either. So yeah. Hey, shout out to Liz Meyer though.
100%.
Shout out to Liz Myers. Hey, even though she took a shot at my dome and said, we're going to be eating crow. I'm like, yo, don't come at us. The Dolphins are going to be 12-5 or better. We've said that. You know what I'm saying? Not only will we be 12-5 or better, we're going to the playoffs. I think we're going to have I think we're going to win a playoff game this year. And not only are we going to win a playoff game, I think it's going to be an actual thing. Like, oh, the Dolphins are for real. The Dolphins are legit, and I think people are going to start to look out for us. And once you make it to the dance, you make it to the playoffs, and it's on from there. So I think we're going to be legitimate contenders this year.
Yeah, definitely. She said that we'll go like high 14-3, low 12-5, but she has us winning the division, which I don't think many Dolphin fans can see us winning the division, not because we're bad, but because the Bills over the last few years have just had our number and are one of the stronger teams in the AFC East, let alone the AFC in general, I guess. But yeah, definitely shout out to Liz Meyer. She also said that her husband basically played every position in high school apart from like punter and something else, and nearly made it to, was it Texas A&M?
Yeah, Texas A&M.
Yeah, so not gonna lie, need to sort out some kind of competition between her husband and yourself to see, who's the better athlete. I'm just saying, like, you're about listen, you're about here saying that you can route up Javon Holland. I expect you to be able to route up anyone else. Like, it shouldn't be a contest.
That's why I'm like, why would you want that for her husband, bro? Like, if you not gonna step up to save the world and line up across from me, stop volunteering other people to do it, bro. That's all I'm saying.
I've got a video coming out probably in the next few hours. I'm ready. I'm in the gym. Listen.
I seen the Go Time Dolphins account. What they did, they had the story of Kadeem in the gym, got his little boy helping him out. All right, Kadeem, I see you, bro. You gonna need all of that, Holmes. You gonna need all of that. I like
it's not about needing all of it. I just want to be in prime condition. Like, I could just not do anything and then beat you, but then it's like that'd be embarrassing for you to have me just get up, off my couch and beat you in your own sport. So, I'm going to take this seriously. PS5 on the line. I can't just comment it like it's a joke or anything like that. So, but yeah, fun times.
PS5 on the line. Gotta love it. It's Go Time Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins podcast that goes not only across the pond, but across the world. I'm your boy, Charlie Touche. I got my co-host, Kadeem Simmons, with me. It's always for the fans and by the fans. Yes, sir. We out here in the middle of, there's football season and there's waiting for football season. And we're in the middle of it right now. Just looking at imagine being in some like desert, just looking for water. Like, where's the water? Where's the water? And that's how we are waiting for football season. Like, where's the football season? Like, someone post something so we could you know what I'm saying? Like, so we could get to actual meaningful snaps. But it is what it is. We got to do what we got to do. But why not tune in to GTD and see what we got to say about the Dolphins coming up this offseason?
Yeah, definitely. I think I messaged you the other night. Again, you got some great ideas coming forward over the next few weeks. Always trying to be innovative and just not be boring, because it would be very easy to say, you know what, the Dolphins are, taking time off. GTD can take some time off. I can sleep. I can catch up on anime. Like, I started One Piece, which is, friend of the podcast, Javon Holland's favorite anime of all time. There's like over 1,000 episodes, and I'm on episode 63. So I have a lot of One Piece to catch up on. But we're still here. We're still going. We aren't going to leave you. There's just some really interesting topics that we can, address in this at this time of the season, because come, July, September, so July and August, there's going to be preseason games, a whole bunch of stuff. So, yeah, now the time for us to really, I was going to say have some fun. We always have fun. Tackle some subjects which you kind of wouldn't, once the season starts or anything like that. So, yeah, definitely now it's time to do it.
Barry Jackson got this tweet that came out a few hours ago, and it says, "What an odd world we live, where one longtime NFL quarterback says Tua can be another Drew Brees and is the best RPO quarterback in the league, and a longtime NFL executive says Tua is the third worst starting quarterback in the AFC, ahead of only Mills and Trubisky."
Do you know who said that?
The executive, or the quarterback? Executive. No, who is it?
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Executive? Oh, Tenenbaum?
Of course it was. See, like, it's like, well, yeah, of course he said that. Of course he did. It's a very, if you haven't watched the episode, pause this current one, go back and watch our one with Sherrod Steve, episode 200, where we get.
Wait. Before you pause this one and go back to the Sherrod Steve episode, can you hang around for 10 more minutes so we could get at least the view for this one? You feel me? Please and thank you. But go ahead.
Well, I wouldn't say come back to this one, because you always have to finish this one. You can't just not.
Hey, I'm just saying we gotta make sure they stay here though.
That is true. But yeah, us 3 had a it wasn't even a heated debate, but a lengthy discussion at least.
I think it was a healthy debate.
Yeah, a healthy debate. And there were things which, after I was like, I should have said this, I should have said that, I should have brought this point up and stuff like that. And that was just on Tua alone, it's where he stands in the, among his starting quarterbacks in the NFL. No one can definitively say he's 100% here. Some will easily have him in their top 10. Ricky Watson, he would have him in the top 10. Others will have him, below 30. Like he's not even a starter.
I mean, you might as well have him below 30, Kadeem.
Oh, really? Why is that?
Because you had him in like 20s.
I had him
and then your reasoning for having him in the 20s. You know what? Hold on, no. We're not going to do this. You're right, because there's a part 2 coming out to the quarterback ranking episode, part 2, and it's not like some extended version of the episode that we didn't share. We're gonna go back at it again. Might get LB to pop up. I don't know. I doubt LB is gonna make it, but Sherrod Steve's gonna come back, and we're gonna finish off the longest episode we've ever had of GTD. It was like an hour and a half. But we're gonna finish it off. Part 2 to the quarterback. We might need a part 3 if I'm being honest.
I was gonna say
we might need a part 3.
We're gonna have
we're gonna have So I think it's a continuation of the quarterback rankings. So we got Charlie Wilson coming on. We got Sherrod Steve coming back to finish that. Then we got LB. He wants to chime in and defend his list. And then Kadeem, I could just take shots at Kadeem's dome all day right now for putting your boy from New England above Tua. I don't know. I still don't know how you did that, but okay.
Yeah. Anyone who wants to discuss quarterback rankings, let us know in the comments. Like, we are for the fans, by the fans. If you want to have a healthy debate, you're more than welcome to come on here. Like, it doesn't have to be, myself and Charlie. If you feel like you have something to get off your chest, then by all means, come on the show and say it. So, but yeah, to kind of go back to what Mike said, Mike Tannenbaum, he just sounds like a very angry, jealous ex-girlfriend. Do you know the kind of one where you break up with? It's like, I never liked you anyway. It's like, listen, don't start this nonsense. Like, we had something, it didn't work out. Now move on. Like, why are you all bringing my name up for? Like, I'm not thinking about you. Like, just go away. So, I think that kind of goes back to the whole, what's his floor and what's his ceiling. There are some people who can easily see, him taking a massive leap, and the left arm, Drew Brees, all that kind of stuff. You'll start to see it this year. There's others who will openly tell you that they've heard, and some members of the media that they've seen that he hasn't grasped the playbook and he's still looking sloppy and all that kind of stuff. And Teddy Bridgewater is going to be, it's.
Hold on. What playbook we trying to grasp? The one that we're still installing?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All right.
So, it's one of those things where no matter what side of the fence you fall on to a debate, you're going to have plenty of reasons why you're on that side and stuff like that. There's no right answer until the end of the season, and we genuinely see, how he's looked. And even then, there's a legit argument to be made. Okay, well, that was the first year. Give him a second year. Give him a second year with Tyreek Hill. Keep improving the offensive line, all that kind of stuff. But depending on how the season goes, we might not even get to that. So who knows?
And since you brought him up, I won 150 yards with Matt Moore. Tua is 10 Matt Moores. That's what Tyreek Hill said.
Yeah. And again, it's one of those things where when you see the level of, I don't want to say people or players defending too much, because then it makes it kind of sound like they have to do it. It's like, oh, they're only doing it because he's a starter at the moment, but deep down, it's like, no, it's a matter of, it's what a good teammate does. You don't just, stand there and let your teammates catch stray bullets for no reason. It's something which the Dolphins haven't had for quite a while. I don't know if we're going to get to takeaways from OTA so far, and the first few months of Mike McDaniel's regime, but you can just genuinely see and notice how everyone had each other's back. I say at the moment because you never know what can happen down the line, but as it currently stands, nearly midway through June, no member of the media, be it journalist, pundit on ESPN, anyone, no one can say anything about Tua that's negative without a Dolphins player coming out and saying you're not there. Like, I don't know what you're saying, because what we are witnessing on a day-by-day basis, in training, is the complete opposite of what you said. Like, there was someone on ESPN, and I don't want to, pile on her any more than she's already been piled on, I guess. But was like, one of the concerns about Tua coming out of college was his accuracy. And it's like, you've never seen a kid play football, have you? Ever. Like, to say that it's a weakness of Tua is his accuracy is like saying, a weakness of mine is that I've got long hair. I haven't had long hair since I was 19. Like, what are you on about? So yeah, it's not going to go away, and especially now we're in that part of the season, and I will part back on you. But now we're in that part of the year, I should say, where there is no football to talk about. There's going to be so much hearsay about is Tua the person, and that's just not going to go away until he starts putting up some spectacular numbers on the field.
I think, in all honesty, yeah, Tua would probably prefer not to be the topic of the conversation. But if I'm an athlete and I'm competitive, there's no better situation that I would want to be in. Yeah, the better situation is to be supported, for sure. Yeah. But what other situation would I want to be in than to bet on myself? Oh, it's all on me now. I get to bet on myself, prove everyone wrong, and I get to reap all the benefits of it. Like, told you so. You know what I'm saying? And he's not going to come out with the told you so, because that's just not who he is. But the same way you're talking about, the team staking up, what you said, defending?
Yeah.
Is that the word you use? Yeah. The first rule of Fight Club. You know the first rule of Fight Club, Kadeem?
You don't talk about Fight Club.
You never seen the movie though, huh?
Of course not, no.
So how you know the first rule of Fight Club?
Because I grew up at a time where everyone spoke about it. And it's one of those movies where I know what happens at the end. So I was like, okay, I know what happens. I guess I could still watch it, but yeah.
The first rule of Fight Club. You don't talk about Fight Club. Mike McDaniel, the number one rule on the team is to protect the team. That's it, bro. You teammates. We all have the same goal, and that's to win the championship. That's it. This is not like a rock group or R&B group where everyone's in it for different reasons. This one's in it for the fame. That one's in it for the money. I would like to think that don't take this to the bank, but I would like to think, because there are some people who are just in it for themselves, in it for a check. It was just cool. It's just a job. But I would like to think the consensus is we won a championship. If you're on the team, you won the championship. That being said, you have teammates that you don't even rock with. Everyone on the team don't love each other, Kadeem. You know what I'm saying? It's not all harmonious. You know what I'm saying? Like you have people who don't have the same views on politics on the team, people who don't want to talk to anyone on the team, people who have like social anxiety and wants to be away from the team when they don't have to be with the team. You know what I'm saying? There's all types of different type of cultures and ethnicities on the team, backgrounds, and you know what I'm saying? And yeah, you're gonna have some pretty good friendships, but at the same time, you don't agree with everyone on your football team. And everyone knows the best remedy to a bad situation are W's. That's it. So whether you don't, what was that?
Not sure.
W's when they don't fix it.
I say that because the Dolphins and Tua have back-to-back winning seasons, and I still didn't fix it.
Hold on, no. But we had 7 straight losses though. That's
of course.
That's not winning.
But again, of those 7 losses, 2 didn't play for them.
But it doesn't matter. Like it's you didn't have you barely had a win. Barely having a win the season isn't winning. That's not winning. You're not winning. You're not winning nothing. Like we didn't win anything. So yeah, if we accumulate enough W's to where it's significant, a significant amount of W's, that's when it's a real thing. And the past 2 seasons, they haven't been significant enough. Yes, it was good, but it wasn't enough. So now we have to have a significant amount of W's so we can eliminate some of the bad taste that we have from the past couple of years. And just it is what it is, bro. Just block all the noise out, and we'll get to it.
I still disagree though. And again, I say that not to be difficult, but I'm not just gonna like sit here and not challenge you and that kind of stuff. And that's because the guy that was picked 1 pick later, Justin Herbert, in his 2 years as the Chargers starting quarterback, he's gone 7-9 and 9-8, and yet the way he's perceived by the media totally different to Tua. So the reason I say that winning, or the reason I feel that winning won't cure everything for Tua, is because he's being held to a complete different standard to other quarterbacks. For me, he needs to win and win spectacularly every single week. Him having 2 winning seasons, or him even having a winning record as a Dolphin starter, people are like, that's not enough. So the Dolphins pick up another winning record, even if it's, say, the low end, say the Dolphins go 10-7, but he has played well. They'll be like, yeah, it's not good enough though. So I would like to think that, yeah, Tua keeps on winning in Miami, he will get the respect that he deserves. But right now, as we've seen, it's not enough. Because we can sit here and say to Tua doubters, he's got a winning record. But I'll say, but X, Y, Z. And when we turn around and say, look at Justin Herbert, they say, yeah, but X, Y, Z. So that's why to Tua, winning isn't everything. Or to people who doubt Tua, winning isn't everything. Because he has, you can't take away from him, a winning record as a starting quarterback in the NFL.
I've said significant amount of wins like 4 times, like 2 minutes ago.
Yeah, okay,
he doesn't have a significant amount of wins though.
But Justin Herbert doesn't have.
But there's nothing broken. Wins. There's nothing broken in LA. There's something broken in Miami. So when I say it's winning fixes it, there's nothing to quote unquote fix in LA. So for everyone to say,
you can reach the playoffs.
So what? But there's nothing broken in LA, so where everyone can say, hey, there's it's bad in the locker room, and we got to fix this, and we got to cure this, and winning's the cure all. There's no panic in LA. There's panic in Miami. There's panic, and there's more than panic in Miami. It's mayhem. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, winning cures it. And a significant amount of wins cure it, will cure it, I should say. So now how you win is another story. But if you won 13 games, it's football. People got to play games. People got to win. We got to win. So you got 13 games. Tua's healthy. No one's talking about nothing. If Tua has, I promise, if Tua has 13 wins this year and he's healthy, no one's gonna say you gonna have somebody, and then we'll be able to point them out. Because they'll expose themselves. Oh, the defense won all 13 of these games. It's not going to happen. So, yeah. So, now how you win matters, but can you just get the W? That's it. And then it'll fix everything. And I'm sure the dude going to come out. It's a wrap. It's a wrap for everybody. Listen, I'm on the record saying Tua will win us a championship in his rookie contract. I'm still comfortable. There's no panic here, bro. I'm gonna rent a room like this year for the Super Bowl in Vegas, because you know what I'm saying. Like I'm ready, bro. And for those who don't know, the Super Bowl in Vegas is on my birthday. You know what I'm saying, or the day after my birthday, something like that. I'm gonna be there, Kadeem.
Yeah. Again, I'm not, like I said, I wasn't trying to be difficult. It's more just a case of when we have these discussions about Tua. And we point out he has a winning record. People go, yeah, but, and again, we would turn around and say, well, look at Justin Herbert. Oh, yeah, but it's different. It's like, so again, I fully understand and agree with what you're saying, but at the same time, I do think that, Tua's going to need to put up MVP numbers just to get the respect
Hold
that he
on,
deserves.
okay.
And yes, I know what you said. Yes, thing is,
Hold on,
I can
no.
let me finish. Listen, I can understand and agree with what you say, but I also disagree with it. Like,
Are you finished? I was gonna let you finish.
yeah, I'm done. Yeah,
So why is Herbert ranked higher than Tua on your quarterback list?
because I've seen what he's.
Oh,
No. I'm genuinely not getting into QB stuff right now. But again, all I will say, and I said this on the last episode, I said on the QB episode, there's stuff that certain quarterbacks do, including Justin Herbert, on a more consistent basis, where I just go, oh my days, that is spectacular. There's no two ways about it. And yes, you can go back and say, he's missed out on the playoffs. And I'll go, yes, fair enough. But at the same time, I watch Justin Herbert quarterback play in the NFL, and I'm like, that's special. Even with, the people around him, he makes throws which it doesn't matter who's on the end of that throw. It's like, okay, wow, that was.
I'm glad you said that, because this is what really matters. The bigger picture matters. And for people who will not, for the life of them, see the cast that Tua had, and then they go to Herbert, and what you just alluded to of him being so good regardless of who he's playing with, we don't know if it's regardless of who he's playing with, because he's only played with the best. He's only played with that cast. So that being said, I would never forget, ever, okay? I would never forget when Jay Cutler was on the Dolphins. Shout out to Smoking Jay. And he put a pass in a window where two defenders were closing on it, and it hit Parker in the numbers, literally in the chest. Boom. And the ball bounced off of Parker's chest and got picked off. And everyone was saying, oh, Cutler knows better than to throw that pass into traffic. Parker catches that pass. Look at how good of a pass that was. The accuracy is incredible. So it don't work like that. With, oh yeah, look how good Herbert looks. Look at the plays he's making. Like, all right, we finally got the cast around to it. What you shaking your head? We finally got the cast now. So it's the same thing, bro.
I'm shaking my head because I said on that quarterback episode, like when I've done my rankings, I factored in the offensive line. I factored in the Devontae Parker drop, the Jakeem Grant drop. I factored that in, and I still watched every single snap the kid had played as a Miami Dolphin. I went, yeah, okay, doesn't break my top 10 for me. And like I said, even when looking at Justin Herbert and factoring the offensive line weapons, all that kind of stuff, there's throws he makes, and it's just like, that is mental. Same way, when you look at Aaron Rodgers, it doesn't matter who he's throwing to. It's like, dude, you should not be able to do that. It is ridiculous the level of quarterback play he's playing. I genuinely don't want to get into another quarterback episode right now because we will be here 2 hours later, still going back and forth. I genuinely don't want to do it again, not unless we have a dedicated show. And I think on that dedicated show, we're going to need clips. I think that's an episode where it needs to be clip, just to back up certain points and certain arguments. I think that's just the best way. And even like I said in bonus time on the episode, we are never going to agree, ever, because we view football and life in different ways. So that's why I was like, I'm not going to get onto you for the most part about your quarterback list because that's your opinion. And if you think two as a top 10 quarterback, dude, that's brilliant. I respect your opinion. I can disagree with it, but I can respect it and not call you out on it.
We don't have to agree, but one of us is going to get proven right. That's all I'm saying. Someone's going to be right. Someone's going to be wrong. I'm not saying it's going to be me. I'm just saying at the end of the day, we get to be proven right or wrong in this, and it's going to come out eventually.
Again, I still disagree with that, but I'm not getting into it, so it's fine.
How we not? So we're never going to
know? No. I disagree because if what you're saying is if Tua is a top 10 quarterback next year, then I was right the year before. Well, no, I disagree because, like, again, the two things can be, right or even wrong in the sense that, for my opinion, Tua over the past 2 years hasn't been a top 10 quarterback. If he has an amazing year next year, and I'm talking, oh my days, MVP, then yeah, in 2022, he's a top 10 quarterback. Doesn't mean for me, he was a top 10 quarterback in 2021 or 2020. That's what I'm saying. The two things can be
definitely makes me look a little bit more better though. That's all I'm saying.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
All
But
right.
then the flip side would be if Tua doesn't put up top 10 quarterback numbers, I'm not gonna turn around and go, well, see, I told you so. Because
because you won't have to. I'll be like, all right, maybe I was a little high on Tua. That's what I call it like I said.
But the thing is, even then, I won't be like, it's not about being too high on Tua because it's different. Yeah, it's a different. We're
not going over
okay.
that.
Okay, but like in all seriousness, like you can look at take someone like X for example. Yeah, before you break out, was anyone really going X is a top three cornerback? No, he was good, but wasn't a top 3 cornerback. He has that amazing year. That doesn't mean beforehand you was down on him. It means that he stepped his game up and became a top 3 cornerback.
That's a bad example.
Why is that a bad example?
It's a bad example because no one really pays attention to corners like that. If it's not comparable. If you give me a quarterback, if you give me we could go Josh Allen.
Oh, I would say
Buffalo.
Josh Allen, yeah.
So that's Josh Allen in Buffalo didn't have anybody around him, right? He was actually looking like trash.
100%
trash. He was on his way to Busville, like Dumpsterville. So and then he made the step. He made the leap. Okay.
But that's what I'm saying. So like if you had him ranked 32nd in his second year, no one's gonna go, you were down on him the following year because he had that massive leap. You go, he made the massive leap and worked about the rankings. And if Tua has a Josh Allen leap, that kind of level, I think it'd be fair to say that, having him ranked lower than top 10 one season and top 10 the next season doesn't mean you were down on him. It just means that from what you saw in that previous year, it wasn't top 10 worthy.
What year did Josh Allen make that leap?
I believe it was his third year.
It the year before he got Diggs or the year he got Diggs?
I think it was the year he got Diggs. I think they gave him Diggs and he just went, yeah, boom, there you go.
I mean, if that's the case, it kind of supports my argument more than anything. If that's the case, but this is not Go Time Buffalo. I don't know if that's to be true, but if that's the case, it supports my argument.
Again, people have made that comparison. People have said that the comparison between Josh Allen and Tua is that both in year 3 got a top 3 to 5. Sorry, a top 3 to 5 wide receiver.
Nah, bro. Jaylen Waddle ain't no top 3 to 5 wide receiver. Who's the top 3 to 5 wide receiver that Tua got?
Tyreek Hill.
Oh, the year 3 you said. Year 3.
Yeah.
So this would be year 3. All right, that's fair. All right, my fault.
You was ready to go.
Because all right, I didn't. Yeah, my bad.
But no, the whole people made a comparison that people are hoping that Tyreek Hill to Tua is what Stefan Diggs to Josh Allen was. Because again, there was nothing, and if anything, there was even less from Josh Allen in his first 2 years. Where you're going to go, how did he do that? And even at the end of year 3, people like myself included, he can't keep this up. This is a freak season. He's going to get worse.
Here's the thing,
fair play to him, he hasn't got worse.
Josh Allen still had consistency though. He didn't have to learn a playbook every year, every season. He still had a better line than Tua too. Like he didn't have to go through those obstacles. This is not an excuse of why Tua's not going to be an MVP candidate. I'm not saying that, but I'm just saying if we're just taking Josh Allen for example, because that's the one we used, then he didn't have to go through offensive line issues or OC issues and learning playbooks either. I'm just saying.
It's funny how, and again, to kind of further our point that this is a totally unscripted show, we didn't plan on talking about this. When we didn't really plan on much today, but I was like, okay, we could talk about this, could talk about that. But when we get chatting, it's just a matter of, whatever we end up talking about, it can take over a whole show. And to be fair, this is what we're talking about at the moment. So, Tua being a top, Lord knows quarterback. I'm not doing another title that's just long. But fun times, I guess. Fun times.
You say you have something?
No, I was just looking at something. It's more you said that Josh Allen. Sorry, Josh Allen didn't need to have multiple playbooks. Yeah, and I think let's have a look. Actually, I'm literally looking and talking at the same time. Just looking at when Brian Dable came into Buffalo, and it was 2018, which I believe was Josh Allen's rookie year. Yeah, 2018. Yeah. So this is Josh Allen's first year without what's his face, Brian Dable.
That counts for something, bro.
Yeah, no, yeah. Again, I'm in no way disagreeing. I'll just double checking because for the life of me, I couldn't work out who the Buffalo Bills offensive coordinator was. I realized that Brian Dable just left.
So Raekwon Davis had Alicia Keys on his playlist.
Of course he did, because you can have R&B on your playlist. Like he had what? If I Ain't Got You.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I think it was that. Because again, if I'm going to go Alicia Keys, I'd probably go with what's the one with Most Def in the video? You don't know my name. I would have gone with that because that's just a cool. Yeah. I would have gone with that. But if I Ain't Got You, yeah, again, another good song. You can easily have R&B in your playlist. Like it's. I'm not going to send you a Spotify playlist of R&B songs because like we aren't friends like that. But you know,
see now when we clip it and he's gonna say, "Oh, you took it out of context." How you take "We're Not Friends Like That" out of context? Y'all just heard Kadeem say "We're not friends like that."
I didn't realize we were to send each other Spotify playlists.
I'm just saying when I clip it and Kadeem says "We're not friends like that," 2 months from now, Kadeem's gonna say, I didn't say that. I don't remember saying it. And then he's going to say, "Oh, you took that out of context. We're not friends like that."
See, I love when you do this because sometimes I will honestly say, I don't remember saying something, but if I said it, then fair enough. And you're like, "Oh, see, you don't remember." It's like, I don't forget, to be that person. I just genuinely forget some things I say. I normally forget why I had for dinner the other night. So for me to, I'm honestly surprised you remember some of the stuff that I say in this podcast. I'm like, I forgot it. I said it and forgot it. So
I mean, if it's gonna be as hurtful as "We're not friends like that," I'm gonna remember it, Kadeem.
But then when I asked you, are we friends like that? Are we send each other Spotify playlist friends?
I don't know, Kadeem. Are you gonna like? It depends on how you're gonna listen to the music I send you. You don't even watch the movies I ask you to watch, bro. So I'm like, it'll be a waste of my time to send you playlists. Like, yo, you don't even. I gave you like 5 movies to watch. You ain't watched none of them. Oh, you seen Ace Ventura?
No, not yet. I gave myself 2 weeks. I said I watched it with my son. I got my son this weekend. So do you want to lay off me? That's the first thing.
The second thing, lay off, and it's been over 2 years.
That's the second thing.
It's going on 3 seasons. And he's talking about kind of lay off.
One, the Ace Ventura thing has not been a 3-season thing. I know it hasn't been that long.
But that was first season, first episode ever. First season of the podcast, we mentioned Ace Ventura. You haven't watched Ace Ventura. That's how long it's been. We're going on season 3.
Yeah. Do you remember? So one of the few things I do remember was when I was like, "Hey, you should watch some anime, perhaps something like Demon Slayer," and he was like, "Yeah." And I know LB said the same thing, but when friend of the podcast, Javon Holland, you're like, "Maybe I might watch some anime," and it's like, "Oh." So again, have you started The Wire yet?
What's the next Dolphin topic you got?
No. Oh, I'm just saying how we both have a habit of not watching what the other person has recommended.
All right, but we don't have to watch what everybody's gonna say we watch in order to be friends, though. Like you made it seem like we're not friends because you don't watch the movie. I'm confused now. What moving forward, man? We're not friends though. I caught that part. That's the important part that I retained.
See, and again, already how you slightly altered what I said. I never said we aren't friends. I said we aren't friends like that. There's levels to friendship. Same way, I don't want to see you with your top off. We're not friends like that. Like, what's wrong with that?
Kadeem. All right, bro. You got it. You got it.
This guy just can't say the truth. But it's fine. I don't mind. because one day you're going to say something like, when you say that I'm not your day one, you say it quite a lot, to be honest, how I'm not part of the fourth quarter crew, whatever, all that kind of stuff. And I go, yeah, it's fine because we're not friends like that. I'm okay with that. So,
Bruh, you don't have to be a day one. You don't got to be a lifelong fan to be a diehard fan. You don't have to be a day one to be a good friend. That's all I'm saying. And apparently, I'm not a friend at all. So, it's okay,
again,
bro.
I never said you're not a friend at all. I said a friend like that. But it's fine. You're going to keep twisting it and make it seem even worse than what I already said, and that's fine. People in the comments, can you let Mr. Charlie Touche what? Oh my days! Can you let what I said to Mr. Charlie Touche just so we can all be clear on what I exactly said? And if
you said we're not friends like that. That's exactly what you said.
But I never said we're not friends. So
you said we're not friends like that. Like that indicates you not. I don't rock with you like that. That's exactly what it means. I don't rock with you like that.
But I'm not your day one, so you don't rock with me like that.
Let's see. Day one and friendship are not. They don't correlate, bro. Like day one is family. Friend is friend. It's okay, Kadeem, bro. It's all right, bro. We're just podcast co-hosts.
No, I've got friends who went past friends like they're day ones. Devin's a day one.
Yeah, like that's family. Day one.
Yeah.
But
I'm saying, so you didn't see me as family, and again, I wasn't. I'm like, okay, I get it. It is what it is. You know what? We can do it again. We can do this for 2 hours, but we're not going to. Right now I don't have any other Dolphin stuff to talk about. Do you have any other Dolphin stuff to talk about?
Most career receiving yards in Dolphins franchise history. OJ McDuffie, 5,074. Chris Chambers, 5,688. Nat Moore, 7,546. Mark Clayton, 8643. And Mark Duper, 8869. Where does Waddle end up? Where does Tyreek Hill end up in a Dolphins uniform? How many yards when his career is over with? We'll go with Waddle first. Matter of fact, we'll go with who ends up with. Let's reset. Who ends up with more franchise receiving yards as a Miami Dolphin? Jaylen Waddle or Tyreek Hill?
Jaylen Waddle. I think Justin.
Good.
I would say just on having time on his side, like Jaylen Waddle can easily spend the next 10 years in Miami easily. Tyreek Hill just won't. Like Tyreek Hill might not even make it to the end of his, the contract he's got. Not because, just because of age and stuff like that. Whereas you fully hope and expect Jaylen Waddle to get a second contract. So, yeah, I think Jaylen Waddle ends up with more yards. Who was third on that list?
Nat Moore.
How many yards?
7,500.
Yeah, Jaylen Waddle should beat that.
That boy better.
Again,
that boy better beat 7,500.
Yeah, it's especially the way the league is now. It's a passing league. Jaylen Waddle having Tyreek Hill opposite him, he's going to take away, targets and stuff like that. But again, we might have a situation where, Jaylen Waddle doesn't need 13 receptions a game to get 100 yards because the way the offense is going to be, he might have 3 receptions for 100 yards, just because a lot of big plays, all that kind of stuff. I know there's definitely, receptions that he will feel he should have broke for long touchdowns. Like making one guy miss away from what we expected Jaylen Waddle to be when he became a Miami Dolphin. So, yeah, I think Jaylen Waddle, him beating that more is like the bare minimum I expect from him, to be honest. Tyreek Hill, your face, all good?
Yeah.
Okay. Tyreek Hill. I'm trying to think. Is 3,000 yards for Tyreek Hill Is that too much? I think if he finishes his Dolphins career with a minimum of 3,000 yards, I think you can look at that and go, that's a successful career. But again, and that's just me assuming.
Nah, this 3,000 ain't enough. Tyreek Hill's going to end up with more than 3,000 yards as a Miami Dolphin.
How old is he?
But
28?
yeah, something like that.
And yeah, and that's why I said, if he can reach 3,000 yards, to me, that's 3,000 yard seasons. And that should be the bare minimum that we expect.
Deebo Samuel got 1,400 yards receiving last year alone, just receiving yards. Here's the thing. Tyreek Hill will end up with more than 4,000 to 5,000 yards in the Miami Dolphins uniform. 3,000 is unacceptable. 3,000 is Tua is no longer the quarterback. McDaniel's no longer the coach. That's catastrophic, actually. Jaylen Waddle, you are spot on, mate, about Jaylen Waddle. Jaylen Waddle is going to break all these numbers. He's going to have 10,000 plus. My thing with Jaylen Waddle is there's a game last year where Brissett was the quarterback and Waddle had like 11 receptions for 50 yards or something like that. You remember that?
Yeah, it was horrible. It's just stop. Just stop throwing the ball in these dumb 1 yard bubble screens and him get tackled. Just stop doing it. Like, what? Yeah, so stupid.
I mean, that's the OCs we had. And people want to compare Tua to Josh Allen. We got OCs drawing up one read bubble, not even bubble screens. Like, hey, just throw it to Waddle 1 yard behind the end zone. And that's what we got. That's what we're trying to compare Josh Allen to Tua with. But yeah, man. Waddle had like 11 receptions on like 56 yards receiving. So he will still get he's gonna be the all-time receiving record holder in Dolphins history for sure. He's gonna get extended, all the good stuff. He's gonna be a Dolphin forever, ever, amen. Tyreek Hill, on the other hand, you can see the potential of him having more yards than Waddle short term, because Waddle might get the most receptions, but Tyreek might get the most yards, because what you can see a world where Tyreek has long ball after long ball. And I say long ball, and people are gonna come at my dome, but realistically, he might have a higher depth per target. You know what I'm saying? Tyreek Hill. So if he breaks for 40 or 50 or 60, Waddle is going to have more receptions in the intermediate routes. So short term, Tyreek Hill probably would do it. He's going to end up with probably 5,000 on his list. And long term, I think Waddle will do it long term, because Tyreek Hill, it probably won't be around as long as Waddle will be.
Just looking at the yards from last season, that kid Cooper Kupp had quite a year on him. I'll give him that. Yeah, Tyreek Hill last year got just over 1,200 yards. And the next person, and Kelsey had just over 1,100. I think if you factor in how many mouths Tua has to feed, I think, again, that's what I said, like minimum 1,000 yard season from Tyreek Hill. That should be the, like, do that in your sleep kind of thing. But I'm also factoring, whereas Mahomes had, Hill and Kelsey, Tua is going to have Hill, Waddle, Gesicki, Cedric Wilson, like a lot more mouths to feed and stuff like that.
And it could be predominantly a running offense.
Yeah. So that's why I was like, if Hill, 3,000 yards minimum, to me, it won't be a case of that's poor. And I should have explained that better when I said it. It's more just a case of the offense isn't going to be we're just going to air it out and do whatever we want. No, we're going to establish the run. We're going to keep on running it. We're going to find targets, but even then, it's not going to be Hill or nothing. It's going to be Hill, Waddle, Lynn Bowden, Gesicki, Hunter Long. There are like so many targets that, again, I would like, not that I would like, the Dolphins should have three receivers over 1,000 yards. Gesicki, Waddle, and Hill. And, whereas Hill is used to being the main target alongside Kelsey, I guess. But it's like, it's those two. The offense is those two and, Patrick Mahomes. The Dolphins offense is going to be more than, two receivers, I guess.
So I know you guys been rocking with us for a good minute. Shout out to everyone who participated in the free giveaway. We had a free giveaway where all you had to do was contact us via email, and we're going to be getting everyone's contacts so we can send out what we got for you guys. And we're going to also send out Kayla Weston, her Jaylen Waddle jersey. But just like Kadeem said, I think everyone gets a piece of the pie. I think the Dolphins are going to have such a good season that we're going to be a problem on the field, a good problem to have, a problem for defenses to go up against. But I think we're going to be a nuisance in fantasy football. Like, no one's eating all the cake. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
fantasy football, Dolphin fans, it's not happening this year for us, but it'll translate well on the actual field. And we're going to make a deep playoff run. So y'all know what time it is. Stay positive, test negative. For Kadeem Simmons, I'm Charlie Touche. Thank you for tuning in this time. Make sure you catch us next time on Go Time. All right.
Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time. Go. I ain't wasting no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's show time. Cause it's your time. Lay it on the line when it's go time. Go. Don't waste no time. Gotta make them lose their mind when it's your time. And it's show time. Going all out when it's go time.
Flex every time now, bro.
Be fair, this is my main flex t-shirt. Like, it's my like best fitted t-shirt. So yeah, I'm flexing this.
I've been in the gym 14 times in the past 2 months, and now this man just gotta come on the podcast with a tank top. Anyway, so Jaylen Waddle had 12 receptions for 58 yards. I said 11 for 56. He had 12 receptions for 58 yards against Vegas, and then he had another game where he had 10 receptions for 70 yards, and that was against Jacksonville.
Was the Vegas 12 for 53, did you say?
12 for 57. 58. 12 for 58.
You have a full preseason, OTAs, everything, in the Miami Dolphins, this offense. Will you ever have a game where you have 12 receptions for 58 yards?
Say that again?
If you had a game,
Charlie Touche or like
Charlie Touche, 12 receptions. Do you reckon you can get more than 58 yards on 12 receptions in the NFL?
That's the thing, bro. Like, those are like novice numbers. You would think like, yo, this is nothing. Like, if you throw the ball at somebody 12 times, it was on 13 targets too. If you throw somebody at the ball at somebody 13 times, you would think you're going to get more than 50 yards in an NFL game.
Like, some of it is even, hey, Jaylen Waddle, we're going to have you run a 10-yard route. There you go. That's 10 yards right there. Are we doing bonus time today?
We not in bonus time today?
Well, I'm making sure that that we still have a friendship to do a bonus time, whether it's going to be, I'm out of here, I'm gone. So I'm just
Kadeem, we don't have a friendship. You made it very clear that we do not have a friendship. We're just co-hosts. Podcast. Matter of fact, we're co-workers. We're co-workers, Kadeem. Like, you made it very clear, and I'm okay with it. It's cool. It's not bad. Chill out, Kadeem. We good. Solid co-host relationship.
Is that like a I'm trying to think of a famous like rap group where they just clearly didn't like each other, but they kind of just came together for the good of the show and kept it going. Like, do you reckon Milli Vanilli liked each other?
Yeah, I don't remember them too much, Kadeem. But I did have this though. How about this? And I did kind of want to save it so it didn't interfere with Go Time Dolphins. And it's so funny how we got here. The Browns, this is a like a meme, I guess, but it was a post that says the Browns finally land a franchise quarterback after decades, then ticking him off by trading him for a quarterback that may never be able to see the field again would be the most Browns thing ever. And the Dolphins dodged that bullet because it is easy to put the Dolphins name in this and be like, dang, the Dolphins finally had a franchise quarterback and then traded him away for a quarterback that might not ever see the field. And it's crazy how the Browns ended up like saving us from that.
It's one of those things where, we talk about, I believe it was you and Sherrod D were talking about the Dolphins just being a bad franchise, like, just nothing ever goes their way, all that kind of stuff. There's no franchise that's down more than the Cleveland Browns. And after this move, I genuinely don't feel sorry for them. Like before, it's kind of like, you know what? They deserve some luck. They had Johnny Manziel, Flash.
They made their own bet with Johnny Manziel.
Oh, of course.
It's not like somebody gave them Johnny Manziel.
No, but just in terms of, they tried, like, how many quarterbacks was it before they finally got Baker Mayfield? And it's like
there's as many as it was with Miami.
Yeah, but and it's like, so it's always like it gets to a point where it's like, actually, that's quite sad. Like, you want to see them do well just because they've endured so much bad luck. But with this one, it's like, I don't want to see you prosper. I want to see how bad it can get. And when it gets that bad, I want it to keep on getting bad because, like you said, this was one which they really did not have to do. They tried. I think someone had this tweet where it's like, the Browns hope that, no one else would do any more research into this. But guess what? They did, and now look at it. So this isn't go time Cleveland, go time Browns, but yeah, I just don't feel sorry for them.
I did bring it up for this though, because I want Sherrod Steve to hold on to this, and this is why, because we didn't go. And matter of fact, we're gonna have to do an episode away from the quarterback rankings, so me and Sherrod Steve could go at it, because this is a whole episode too. And I could make the argument that the Lions are the worst team in the history of the NFL, not the Browns, because the Browns actually did have success back in like the 70s. You know what I'm saying? They actually were like a team. Oh, it's the Browns. The Browns were decent. You know what I'm saying? The Lions, however, nah, it's just not happening. So me and Steve got some discussing to do, but I'm gonna tell you this. If you just look at the past 20 years of the NFL, at every single team in the NFL for the past 20 years, you're not going to like what you see from the Dolphins. We're not relevant. We're down there with like the Browns and the Lions. And actually, the Browns are higher than us in the past 20 years. You know what I'm saying? So it's just not, this not your daddy's Dolphins. This not your granddaddy Dolphins. You know what I'm saying? So that's an episode for me and Sherrod Steve. And we'll away from the quarterback rankings, and we'll all get into that one.